Hi guys, welcome back to Lost in My Library. My name's Kate. Today I am doing a 24-hour reading vlog. So this is going to be like the last vlog that I had done like this, the last 24-hour reading vlog that I did, where I read at least one chapter per hour of a book. We're going to do that again. And I'm going to do it similarly to where I made up the 8 or so hours that I missed of sleep. I did that, made up for that in the hours that I'm awake. So this is what we're going to do again. This time, I've got 2 books again. I think, what did I do? I did a Rick Riordan book. What did I do? I did one of the Trials of Apollo book. I remember. It was a Rick Riordan book. And I did Anna Darken. Make yours in white. This time, we have two very, very different. We are doing both adult books, it seems like. So the first book is a chunky, massive beast. So this book will not be finished. I'm telling you right now. This book will not be finished in this 24 hours. We are just getting a massive chunk through this book, or maybe not even a massive chunk. I'm not sure. We're going to get some of it done and dusted and done. I'm currently, let me show you what the book is. The book's The Stand by Stephen King. I am currently on chapter 23 and on page 219. Do you know how many pages this book is? This book is 1,325. So I have over 1,000 pages to read in this book. So this book's not getting done. The other book may get done. We'll see. And the other book that I am currently reading, actually, I'm going to do 3 books. I've got my arc that needs to get done. It's coming up real soon. So we're going to also do my arc. And that is going to be, let's talk about the arc first. The arc is a series of unfortunate meet-cutes. That's it. A series of unfortunate meet-cutes. This is a collection of short stories, novellas, of, from different authors, of course, of people who these characters have unfortunate first meetings in one way, shape, or form. And then it's their love story, basically. And I'm nearly done. I have 4,000 pages left in the book, but that's not accurate because, one page doesn't equal one actual page in the book, so I get through this pretty quickly. I actually read about 500 pages per day of the book, so it's fine. Might get finished on that one. And then let's see. And then my other book is let's see what I have done by Sarah Schmidt. This is a Lizzie Borden story of where basically it's just following the events of Lizzie Borden. This is fictional take on her story. And it follows 4 people. It follows her, Lizzie, obviously, Emma, her sister, Bridget, the maid, and I keep forgetting what his name is. I think it's John. No, it's not John. John's the uncle. Benjamin? I think it's Benjamin. I think that's his name. Who is an assassin. So, it's kind of following what led up to Lizzie Borden killing the parents, and Lizzie's life surrounding, just basically around everything. So, and people surrounded that whole incident. So, basically, it's pretty good. I think I might be able to finish it this month, this this video as well. I'm on page 377 of 517, and I only have 5 chapters left, or four chapters left. So I think there might be something, I don't know, but that will probably get done this video as well. So massive chunker of a book that is The Stand. Let's see what I've done, and a series of unfortunate events. I keep saying that. It's not the book series. It's a series of unfortunate meet cutes. That's what it is. Yeah. Currently, the story I'm reading is really cute. It's not my favorite, but it's really cute. Not gonna lie. Currently I'm reading a story about a girl who just got dumped by her boyfriend, and she goes to the gym with her mom and her sister one day, and she sees this very attractive male, who she describes as Thor, and she trips, falls, smacks her head on the treadmill, and passes out. And that's the unfortunate meet cute. There are more unfortunate meet cutes than that, but that's the one I'm reading. I'll give, because this is an arc, so I will give a full review about every single story on this book. Alright, I will meet in a couple of hours. Meet you in a couple hours to give some thoughts about what I have read so far. I'll see you then. Alright, so it's nearly midnight. I am now, or no, it's like 12:30, so it is midnight. I'm tired. I am currently on 276 of The Stand. It's really interesting reading this after what we've gone through in the last 2 years. I know when this started, a lot of people were like, did Stephen King predict what was going to be happening in the pandemic? There are some similarities, but there aren't. I mean, it's still pretty different from what this is. Kind of a total breakdown of society, whereas our society didn't break completely down. Still very deadly virus that swept through the nation, and a lot of people did die. But the virus that is in The Stand seems to be even more deadly, which is scary. It seems to be killing people more than anything. It's interesting because I just read a scene, warning for police brutality. Skip this part. I'll put my hand down when I'm done talking about this. So there's the scene here where police show up at a radio station that is having like a speak your mind thing. People can call in, talk about whatever they want to do, whatever they want to say, because believe it or not, people are very mistrusting of the government in a different way than what is here. And then I believe it mentioned Kent State, so I think I'm fairly certain this was happening at Kent State. And that's really interesting, because when you think about what there was obviously one of the most famous mass shootings in our nation's history was at Kent State in late 60s. And I don't remember when this was written originally. 1978. Okay, so this was written like much later than after the Kent State. So all of that had happened already. So that's interesting that that's kind of brought back up. And that's an interesting place that he chose to have that scene take place in. So I finished See What I Have Done by Sarah Smith Schmidt. This is pretty good. I was okay. It ended kind of unsatisfyingly, but I guess, I mean, it's true to real life, I guess. It had a timeline at the end of the Bordens and their life. So apparently in the end Lizzie was acquitted. So nobody really knows if she had actually killed her dad and stepmom. So, you know, that's life. This one gets a pass, unlike Hyde, which just ended very suddenly for no reason. This one's true to life, so that's just how life happened. I appreciate it. It's still a fictionalized account of what happened. It tries to be pretty similar to what was happening, but obviously not everything that happens in this book happened in real life. Obviously it took some creative liberties there. I did enjoy it, so I think I'm gonna end up giving it 4 stars. I think 3.5 to 4 stars, something like that. Haven't decided. Probably won't decide until tomorrow because it's late and I don't feel like filling out a call pile sheet tonight. And then I'm still on the same story in a series of Unfortunate Meet Cutes. Now they're getting to the point where they're really, really being cute. He, in this last chapter, he came over to her house with a hangover cure, and it was just really cute. Her stupid ex is now engaged after 7 months of dating, so dumb ex. Yeah, that's what's currently happening right now, so I'm probably going to go to bed here soon because it's late. But I will pick up tomorrow when I wake up. Alright, bye. Alright. Well, good morning, everyone. It's pretty late in the morning now, but I did go to sleep fairly late last night. So, where am I? So, currently, I am on, and I've been, kind of making up for the hours that I missed last night when I was asleep. I am currently on page 341 of The Stand. So now I am officially less than 1,000 pages to go in The Stand. We're making some good progress. I'm enjoying it. It's very dated. This book, very dated with the language and the attitudes of the people. Some of it is very real and still very prevalent in our society. Feelings and everything towards the government and healthcare in general. Just saying. But I'm enjoying it. This is probably still not my favorite King novel yet. I still have like 900 and something pages to go, so who knows? This might become my favorite King novel that I just may not ever reread because of how massive this thing is. I'm enjoying it. It's fine. I finished the novella short story that I was on in a series of Unfortunate Meet Cutes. It was cute. It was fine. Not my favorite of the collection. And now I'm starting one about a princess, or I've already started it. It's about a princess who is taken hostage by a highwayman. So it's their falling in love story. She was to be married off to a king, and then she was kidnapped or taken hostage. And he's very cute. It's very Tangled-esque. So I'm enjoying it. It's fine. It's not my thing. I doubt I will say this is my favorite by the end of it. So I don't know if there's one more. There might be one more after this. Let me see. There's one more about after this. And then I'll be done with the book. So, the next one looks to be also about a historical fiction. Because the next one's called About Thrown for It. Oh, Thrown for It. That's what it is. Not about thrown. Anyways, so I'm nearly done with that book. So great. I needed to get this arc done so I can do a review for it and put that up on Book Sirens. That's it so far. I need to take a shower this morning, and I don't really have any plans for today. We'll see. I might need to go to the grocery store and get some stuff for lunch this week. But other than that, I think that's all I'm going to do. My parents went and seen Top Gun Maverick last night. I wish I had gone. I kind of wish I had gone. But they were doing a date night, so they said it was really good. So there's an official review from my parents of Top Gun Maverick. My mom has never. I haven't asked my dad. My mom has never seen Top Gun. I don't think, or she hasn't seen it in a long time. And she said she really liked it, so she couldn't compare it to the original. So my dad might. I don't remember. My dad would be more into that than my mother. So yeah, that's it. Alright, I will check in later when I have something more to say. I think it's about time to read. Yep, it's my next time, the time to start my next part of, it's 10 o'clock now, so I need to read my next part. Alright, check in with that. So, it is now like 4 o'clock. I am currently on page 457 of The Stand. Making great progress through it, to be honest. There was one chapter that was very, it was hard to get through, and it was just, there's general horror, and then there's horror like that, where it's just, like, showing you terrible, like, these people, survived the flu, the super flu, as it's called in the book, and then died, like, some really terrible ways, non-natural ways, and you're just like, oh my gosh, and it was just back to back to back to back. It was just a whole chapter of these, like, different deaths, and one of them just hit hard, and it was this one girl who, content warning, when I put my hand down, content warning for sexual assault, or mentions of sexual assault. There's not actual sexual assault yet. So, this one death was this girl who was really afraid. Oh, well, also, okay, content warning also for, mentions of unaliving oneself. because YouTube doesn't like that word. So when I put my hand down, that's when I've stopped, okay? So this girl, she is just so afraid of being sexually assaulted, so terrified of it. And she comes across one guy who is like, he doesn't even really do anything. He's like, hey girl, you up for a good time? Like, that's kind of all he says. He kind of comes off as being as a creep, not gonna lie. But he doesn't go any farther than that. And she had just like been talking about sexual assault and being terrified of sexual assault, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then she unalived herself. That death like hit hard. Hit harder than also the first death, which I didn't realize what was going to be happening in the chapter, of just this like little 5-year-old kid who his whole family has died because of the super flu, and then he just like is fending for himself. And I think what happens is that he accidentally eats just because he didn't know, he eats a poisoned berry and dies. It's just that the whole chapter is just nothing good happened in that chapter. Nothing of happiness happened in that chapter. Which, this book's not a really happy book either. But it's not been gloom and doom so much in that chapter. Wow. I don't have my phone on me. So I have finished the next novella, which was the, I forgot what the name of that chapter was going to be. That, novella. I actually ended up really, really liking it. And I think if this author was to, take this novella, make it bigger, make it a whole book, I would eat it up. I might send an email being like, or not so much an email, but like a tweet, just be like, hey, this was really cool. I'd be interested in like a full-length novel of this. Although it was literally kind of like, I mean, just a guy who, captured the princess. There's this background character called the Wolf. And the Wolf, is a captain in the army of this prince who is like basically trying to take over. And we see the wolf at the very end, and it's just, I would read a whole book about Finian and Daphne, and like them taking down that empire. I would read it. I'd read it all day long. So I'm intrigued. Now I'm reading what is a prequel. I found out this is going to be a prequel for an upcoming series of this author's writing. The book series hasn't come out. And this is about this girl who thinks she's going to this party as a party princess, and then she thinks that she's going to have like a prince who's there, but she actually runs into an actual prince and meets an actual prince, and she's run off, and that's basically all I've gotten through on that novella. I think I might start Crooked Kingdom here soon. Crooked Kingdom's going to be my next book to finish for the finishing series video. So I think what I've been doing, I'm going to do, so I finished Tower Nero, then I'm going to read Cookie Kingdom, Conjuring Light, finishing off with Hero of Ages. So, yeah. Yeah, so I will check in a few hours. We have not that much longer left. I think it's almost 4 o'clock now, so we have about 5-ish hours left in this 24-hour reading log, reading one chapter each hour. So, yeah, I'll check in a little bit. See you then. Alright, so I have now finished 24 hours of reading one chapter every hour for 24 hours. I did not finish an unfortunate series of Meet Cutes, but I'm very, very close. I am on page 13,464 out of 14,135, which makes it 95% of the way done. I'm on the last story. That's going to get done. It's due by the 19th. It's going to get done this week. Probably, maybe even tonight. Might finish it tomorrow. The Stand. I got a good ways there. Because my thing was setting reading a chapter an hour. Well, King got to a part where his chapters were like 50 pages long. So, these last like 3 chapters have been like 50 pages long. They've been really, really long. So, I got a good ways through this book. Because I was on like page 270 something. Let's see. I'm on chapter 47. So doing the math, I was on chapter 23. At the beginning of this, I know I was in the 200s. I started on page 219. I am now on page 639, it looks like. So that is 420 pages. 420 blazing. 420 blazing. That is how much I read today in 24 hours. That much. Like, look at that. That would have been a whole book. Like, I could have read a whole book in the time that I read, I think, almost half of this. I know this is like 1,300 and something. So, I don't know how much would be half. I guess I can do that right now. 1,320 is... So let's see what half of it would be. Divided by 2. 660. So I'm not quite at halfway, but I'm nearly there. So we made some really, really good progress with this. I'm nearly done with a series of Unfortunate Meet Cutes. And then I finished, look at what I've done. I keep forgetting. See what I have done. So, today's been a very, very good day of reading. And I'm so glad that I decided to read this. This has been a good day to get a big, big, big chunk out of this chunky beast of a boy. Through. Some thoughts about this book. This is very dated. Oh, very dated. Oh my goodness. There's just some stuff that's just like, yep, that's, you can tell when this was written. Mainly thoughts about women, thoughts about birth control. You can tell. I recently, because I looked up Stephen King for a reason, I don't remember why I looked up him specifically. I thought this was published earlier than that, but he was born in 1947, like right after World War II. Like, the man's getting old, like really old. So that's concerning for fans of Stephen King, although he has a massive library of books. I also want to point out something on here. On the back, it says, "Which Stephen King shall I read? If you are riveted by Stephen King's apocalyptic thrillers, desperation, dreamcatcher, insomnia, It, Needful Things, and Under the Dome, then don't miss The Stand." So how this is reading is that these are apocalyptic thrillers. I don't know about any of these, except, well, I kind of know Under the Dome. There's a TV show based off of that, isn't there? I mean, it's like literally Under a Dome. I think there is. Other than obviously It. Is this classifying It as an apocalyptic thriller? Because, like, I mean, I haven't seen them all the way through, but I've seen scenes, and I've seen, like, I know what it's about. Like, the movie's It's, and I know the book's different than the movies, because the book is massive. I think the book might even be bigger than this. But an apocalyptic thriller? This is 100% an apocalyptic thriller. 100% an apocalyptic thriller. That's what I would classify this as. But It, I don't know about the other ones. Under the Dome, other than knowing it's literally under a dome, might be an apocalyptic thriller. It could. And I just don't know anything about this. And It, I mean, I don't know if you can really see it. This is the cover for It in these editions. Right there. I'm so confused. I'm confused by that. Somebody explain that in the comments for me of why It would be classified as an apocalyptic thriller. Because what I know about It is it's just about kids, and then they grow up and they fight a clown. Well, not necessarily a clown, but fight an entity that changes into their deepest, like, what they're afraid of. Feeds on their fear, basically. And then there's a turtle god that's a good guy. He's a turtle. That's all I know. That's really all I know about It. The book. Oh, and there's an orgy. Yeah. That's all I know about the book compared to the movies. I'm so confused. Anyways, I think I got off track of what Nick is my favorite character in the book. I really like Nick. I think he's the most likable character in the whole book. Although I do like Fran, as well. I think she's a good character. I like her as well. I'm intrigued. All of her characters are now, like, meeting each other and, like, this turned into a psychic situation. Like, these characters now are having the same dream about this place in Nebraska, and they're all like going to Nebraska. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused as to how that's supposed to fit into anything, but who knows? I'm intrigued by. We haven't got a chapter from this guy in quite a bit. I'm intrigued by Lloyd and his character. Lloyd is a criminal who just got put in jail, and the last chapter we got from Lloyd was a mysterious man who may or may not be the devil, basically broke him out of jail after the super flu has been going for a little bit. So I'm intrigued by his story. I'm just kind of sad we haven't heard from that in a hot minute. I don't know. I'm interested to see where this is going. The characters are more likable than the short story. That I don't know how the short story fits into this. I might have to. Actually, I'm not going to go back and reread that piece of crap. Sorry, I hated that short story a lot. I don't think I have hated a main character as much as I did the main character in the short story collection that's supposed to be in the Stand universe. I don't think I hated a character more than that character, who, especially in a short story. Yeah. I don't know, is there an adaptation of The Stand? I know I think there's a graphic novel adaptation of the novel, but I don't see how this could be a movie, for one thing. Maybe broken up into several. If they could break up The Hobbit into 3 movies, they could break up The Stand into 5 movies. Because of how chunky this thing is. Yeah. That's all I got. It's getting late. I am pretty tired now. I had dinner and everything, so I'm going to sign out for the night. Maybe finish out my book. But other than that, this has been a good 24 hours. I do thank you guys so much for watching this 24 hours of reading. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit. Got some enjoyment out of this. Didn't do anything exciting other than reading 420 blazing pages of The Stand in this 24 hours. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments how it is an apocalyptic thriller, because I'd like to know. I'd like somebody to explain that one to me. And tell me if these other ones are also apocalyptic thrillers, if you would classify them as apocalyptic thrillers. But thank you guys so much. Go be a good cabbage today. Do something kind for someone, even if that is for yourself, because self-care is important. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.